it's gonna be a short and quick one. But today it's for my ladies. My gents, forgive me, but although you can apply it as well, but I think it's more for the ladies, because we ladies are the one that has, you need to wait for someone to approach you. But for the guys, you are the hunters, you go for what you want, right? But yeah, today I'm gonna talk about what aura, I'm talking about this in the neutral term. What aura or what presence do you carry? In French we call it charisme. There has to be this thing about you, right? I never understood this. Before, because before growing up I was just like, because I'm not really much into fashion or all these things. I really don't care about that much about looking a certain way. I was like, if someone likes me, they must like me for me. However, the more I grew up and became more mature and reading and learning, I realized that whether we like it or not, as women, there is a presence, there is an aura you carry. And you need to understand what type of aura do you carry. That's number one. Are you feminine? Are you approachable? Do you have an aura of peace, of joy? This is something that we are lacking in our generation, because we're in that generation where they're telling you feminism. They're telling you a woman is independent. She has to have her business down. She needs to have her money. She needs to have her this. She needs to have her that. And all of that is great. Trust me. Feminism in the normal sense, not in the diabolical one they're trying to preach to us now, but feminism in the normal sense of you attaining what you want to achieve professionally, great. Being independent as well, great. Having your finances in order, great. However, how are you doing it? With what type of aura? What type of presence? I realized that when I grasped this concept that truly your aura determines who you attract, that's one. Two, it determines the type of person you attract. So a lot of us women, you're waiting for, I want a guy that is this, I want this, I want that. It's all great, but is your presence going to attract that type of guy? You need to ask yourself that. And I will speak of two specific type of presence a woman, I feel, must carry. Number one, you must carry a feminine presence, right? Your masculine energy, you need to keep it for your job, your business. That one, put in your masculine energy, because it's about getting things done. But when it comes to dating and attracting, the man that God has for you, you need to start resting more on your feminine aura. What does that mean? It doesn't mean that you become weak. It doesn't mean that you're not independent anymore, but it just means that you carry yourself as a lady. You carry that presence of softness, that presence of beauty, of poise, right? Whenever a person comes around you, whether it's a prospective date or whatever, they need to really feel this feminine presence. They need to feel that you are actually a lady. You allow yourself to be a lady. Like me before, if you compliment me, whether you're a guy or a woman, I always feel the need to be like, no, I'm just wearing this old shirt. I'm just this. But the more I became mature, I realized when someone compliments you, say thank you and smile. It's okay to be complimented. Why do you keep on deflecting the compliment? That is number one. Carry that feminine aura. Allow yourself to be a lady. Allow yourself to be led. Sometimes we women, we are so, because of the generation we're growing up in, we are so used to masculine energy that when a prospective date or someone that might be interested in you is approaching, you don't actually allow the person to even lead. Allow them to lead even the date, allow them to choose Where are we gonna go? Allow them to choose what activity are we gonna do. Just rest in that place of femininity, because that is where your power lies. I realized this late, but when I grasped that shift, I even saw a change in my interactions with the way I, communicate with the opposite sex. Number two, I'm gonna keep this video really short. Number two is you need to carry the atmosphere, the aura of favor. Yeah, this one, the aura of favor, the aura of peace. Or, I will read this from my Bible. You guys know I'm a Bible girl. So, Esther chapter 2, verse 15. I love this. Why? Because we think that when we speak of favor, it's just for the guy to see you. But look at this. The Bible said when it was the turn of Esther, right, to go to the king, she asked for nothing other than what Haggai, the king's eunuch, who was in charge of the harem, suggested. Now, this is the part I'm going to. And Esther won the favor of everyone who saw her. The Bible didn't say of the men. The Bible says everyone who saw her. This is another thing, because we are so used that, okay, the guy will see you and get interested in you. But life has become so, I don't know how I'll say it, but fluid. People are meeting different type of ways. Now, it might be someone who knows you, another female, another male friend that needs to grasp and see that this is the right girl for, I don't know, my brother, my neighbor, my uncle, whatever it is, and suggest, But if you don't carry that favor that compels everyone to be good to you, to show you kindness, you are limiting yourself. You are limiting yourself. The Bible says that Esther found favor in the eyes of everyone. So that is another thing. You need to make sure you carry that presence of favor, of God's favor. Why? Because it's favor that will attract you the right relationships, whether it's romantic or platonic, and it will create the right connections that will ultimately lead you to the husband for you. And the best way to carry favor, I will say it over and over, is dwelling in that presence of God. I cannot overemphasize this, people of God. My ladies, right? Dwell. Take heed to your relationship with God, because it's in remaining in His presence that you carry that aura. When you step out, they can't resist you. Even if you don't meet your husband, but you meet someone that will ultimately connect you to that husband, right? But it's your presence, it's that atmosphere of favor that compels them to, right? So, God just placed that in my heart. And I said, no, I'm going to speak to my ladies today, because these are part of the things I am applying myself, because I know that meeting that person, it's going to take more than my human calculations. No, I need to be sure that I am carrying the right atmosphere, and obviously I'm living in obedience as God leads me step by step. So I said I'll just drop that for you guys today. I hope you guys are good. I came back from church Sunday. It was a lovely service. I was like, no, let me shoot my video already, because I promised one video every week. So God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one. Like, share, subscribe. If this resonates with you, share it with a friend, share it with a sister, share it in a group, and yeah, God will bless you. See you in the next one.